Hello, boys and girls. This week in art, we are creating hearts inspired by the artist Chris Uphues. He uses lots of emoji faces in his art and lots of bright colors. For this project, you will need 2 big pieces of construction paper and 1 white piece of paper. If you don't have construction paper, you are welcome to paint your paper or color your paper with marker or crayons, and that can be used to cut out the shapes for your hearts. You'll also need a black marker, a pencil, an eraser, a glue bottle or glue stick, and some scissors to cut your hearts out with. To start, you either need 2 pieces of construction paper that are bright heart-shaped colors like pink or red or green or blue or purple. And if you don't have that, you can do what I'm doing, where I'm coloring the paper in with paint. You can use markers or crayons or color pencils if you want to do that. If you don't have construction paper, that means you don't have color pieces of paper, and that is okay. If you don't have colorful pieces of paper, you can create your own, just like I am doing. If you do have construction paper, then you just need to get those 2 pieces ready to cut so that you can follow along with the next step. So now I have my 2 colorful pieces of paper. If you painted them like I did, please wait for them to dry before doing this next step. We are going to take our colorful construction paper, fold it in half, and cut it into 2 pieces. This will create 2 hearts of that color. Do the same thing to your second color construction paper. Fold it in half and cut along the center line to create 2 hearts, so that you should have a total of 4 hearts. Then you're going to take one of those pieces, fold it in half, and it's going to look like a book. So the part that holds the pieces together, you're going to create the shape of your heart. So it's a curved line that comes around and comes down to a point. A heart is symmetrical, so it means it's the same on both sides. So by folding it in half along the folded line, you're going to create one whole heart that is the same on both sides. And once you open it up, you'll see that it is the same. Take your second piece of construction paper, make sure that you're drawing on the folded side. And you'll want to make these hearts pretty big, so try to make it as big as the paper. I'm making sure that I'm cutting on the folded side so that it comes out as 1 piece instead of 2. So make sure you cut on the fold so that when you open it up, it's 1 piece. Now I'm getting my 3rd piece of paper, and that piece of paper is to glue our hearts down onto. So that just needs to be a white piece of paper. And now I'm going to start on my second color construction paper. I make sure that I draw a heart that's nice and big on the fold so that when I cut out my heart, it is one big heart. Now, if you accidentally make a mistake and accidentally cut and it ends up being two pieces, you can glue them down together. That is okay. That still works. So no worries if you make a mistake. You can glue the two pieces together and it can still be one piece. I'm going to draw on my last piece of construction paper, making sure I'm cutting on the fold, making sure I'm cutting a nice big heart. And there we have all 4 hearts. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to think about how I want the hearts to be arranged on my paper. Do I want some hearts to be on top of other hearts? And that is a big word called overlapping. So overlapping means one shape is on top of another shape. So I think I'm going to have one heart on top of another heart. And what I'm going to do now that I have arranged and placed the hearts where I want them to go is I'm going to add some faces to my hearts. And so I'm looking at the different faces that Chris Uphues creates in his art, and I am looking at the different faces. Maybe there's a tongue sticking out, maybe the eyes are closed, maybe his eyes are open and they are looking at a different heart. Maybe they are winking with one eye closed and one eye open. However you want to create the different faces on the different hearts is up to you. There's lots of different funny, silly faces that your hearts can make, and I want you to have fun and be creative with the different expressions that each heart has. So I'm going to add different expressions and different faces to all 4 hearts. Maybe this one has both eyes open and it's looking at one of the other hearts. However you want to decorate the different faces on your hearts. Have fun and be creative. If you want, you can do the same faces that I am creating, or you can come up with your own silly faces. Each heart has a funny and silly face. I'm going to add just a dot, not a lot of glue on the back of each heart. And I am going to get some paint, and using the same colors that I used for my hearts, I'm going to just add little dots that go around each heart, all over the background, just to add some details to the back of my heart. So I have red, pink, blue, purple, and I'm just adding all those different colored dots to add a background for my hearts. And there we have it, boys and girls. We created some Chris Uphues inspired hearts with lots of different faces. Some can be winking, some can be with their eyes closed, maybe a tongue sticking out. Lots and lots of silly, fun hearts for this project. I hope that you enjoyed creating these hearts. I cannot wait to see all the silly faces that you came up with. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.